I've noticed something more and more over the years. Every time something goes wrong, we're quick to blame the devil. I can't focus. Spiritual warfare. I'm exhausted. Oh, the enemy's attacking. My business feels chaotic. Oh, well, the devil doesn't want me to succeed. Now, before anyone misunderstands me, I absolutely believe that spiritual warfare is real. The Bible is very clear about that. I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've walked people through it. But I also think that we've made a very big mistake. We've started blaming the enemy for everything, for things that God Himself is asking us to steward, and we can't even tell the difference. We'll spend our lives rebuking battles that God is actually inviting us to take responsibility for. So, what is spiritual warfare? Yes, it's real, but let's be clear about it. This isn't a teaching against spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6 is there. It's real. The arm of God is real. Yeshua himself was tempted. Paul encountered demonic oppression. The enemy's real. So let's settle that, okay? The problem isn't believing in spiritual warfare. The problem is blaming every struggle on spiritual warfare. The same Bible that teaches about spiritual warfare also teaches stewardship. We got to steward our time, our mind, steward your body, steward your money, steward your relationships, steward the work before you, right? God never tells us to rebuke the very thing that He's asking us to steward. And I think that's one of the biggest perspective shifts I've ever had on this walk. I mean, let's get honest. I can't focus, okay? How much sleep did you get? I can't hear from God. Okay. How much time are you actually spending with Him? My business this, my business that, my business is overwhelming. How many priorities are you trying to manage at the same time? Oh, Brother Joseph, I'm anxious. What have you been feeding your mind all week? Oh, Brother Joseph, I'm always tired. Are you actually resting when you're supposed to be resting? I mean, notice, I'm not accusing you. I'm just simply inviting you to ask better questions. Before we start blaming spiritual warfare, let's ask ourselves a couple questions. Have I been faithful with what God has already entrusted to me? Am I ignoring wisdom? Is there an unconfessed sin here? Have I actually sought out godly counsel? Have I actually prayed about this? Only after you have walked through those questions honestly should you begin asking if there is spiritual resistance. That's called discernment. The greatest act of spiritual warfare truly is just faithful obedience. If the enemy is going to attack anything, he's just going to come to steal, kill, and destroy your ability to follow God faithfully. But the truth is, every time you forgive, every time you pray, every time you open your Bible, every time you choose to be disciplined over distractions, every time you steward your body, every time you faithfully build what God has entrusted to you, you're denying the enemy's influence over your life. I mean, the enemy doesn't have to steal your peace if you're just giving it away to him. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. What struggle have you automatically labeled as spiritual warfare? And is there anything that God actually might be inviting you deeper into to steward? Because sometimes the greatest breakthrough doesn't come from another demonic rebuke, it comes from another act of faithful obedience. And, well, if there's one thing I can hope you can remember from this whole thing, it's this. Not every battle requires deliverance. Some require discipline. Okay, the goal isn't to blame less. The goal is to discern better, because discernment asks a better question. Not, who's attacking me? But, what is God inviting me to faithfully steward? Now, if this message has challenged you I would encourage you to take the Kingdom Alignment Assessment below. It can help you identify where the disorder may be creating unnecessary friction in your life, stealing clarity in the peace. Okay? Let's not blame the enemy if we don't have to. Let's get a clarity of what's actually happening so that we can build with greater clarity, peace, and purpose. So if that's you, hit the link down below.